Real quick audio check. Real quick audio check. I could be like someone we all know and love and watch and just enjoyed the humor. Turn my volume down so there's no echo because there's still an echo. Um, Morning, afternoon, good evening, one of the two. Some of us know what that is. Some of us don't know what that is. I'm sitting in nothing but my monitor light. Just one of those kind of days. So, are we cloning Ken today? No, we are not cloning Ken today. No. Let's just leave it go at no. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up Davinci Resolve. Want to shout out to Tony Wallow, Rick Lakes, Robert Michael, Brian Lightfoot, Al Neo. Thank you, Al, for being here, as well as Brian, Robert, Tony, and Rick. And I see Chris Garrett joins us. No, Brian, you'll have to ask one night on the after stream Zoom. There's an actual specific reason for that. It's a real thing. It just depends on what neck of the woods you live in the United States, but it is a real thing. So anyway, let's go over here. I'll open up Davinci. And hopefully it opens relatively quick. No, I was not the person with the CMOS battery issue. Yes, it was someone. It was a serious but yet humorous question. This particular friend's pretty tech savvy and he's done everything, memory, whatever else comes to mind right now that's not coming to my mind. But anyway, if it's a laptop, it's possible. I honestly don't know. I just wanted to see what Doug's thoughts were on it. So I had to blink my eyes so I can see. Yeah, Robert, turn up the volume, pump up the volume. Remember that song from the 90s? Okay, let's get going, or we'll do a Doug here. So I opened up Davinci, and I'm going to go grab some media, and I'm going to import this. And I was messing around this morning in the total darkness with the green screen sort of kind of not working. As you can see, by sort of kind of not working, it got everything, it highlighted, or it picked up everything here from just the monitors, but I've got on my Bob's Burgers t-shirt, so it was picking that up, and I couldn't figure out how to look at the screen and screenshot it at the same time. That's all this is just a screenshot. Let's jump into this with the playhead over the clip. I don't think you have to have the clip highlighted, but you have to have the playhead over it. We're going to jump over to Fusion. And yes, that's correct. And we're going to try to clone this. Now, full disclosure, I messed with this earlier today and it did not go well. I don't expect it to go well now either. So we're going to click on the paint tool with the media in, or media 1 highlighted. And that will add that paint automatically in. A lot of people are calling this the pipeline. I guess that's as good as word as any. You have a start and it flows through to the end and it displays it. I'm going to click on the paint node. There's some controversy on whether you click on the single, the double, or whatever. I'm going to click on the single. Then I'm going to come over here and click on the clone tool. I'm going to go up here and adjust my brush size. I'm going to make it a box. You can still adjust the size, and then that shows you the size there. We'll go ahead and make it a little bit bigger. Not too bad. So now, the problem I was having the other day, if I just left click and drag this, nothing happens. What you have to do is hold the Alt key down, click, and then when you drag this across, you are cloning what you're trying to do. Now, there's a couple issues I have with this. Wherever that red dot goes, that red dot being over here, that the red X, which is the red dot, that is what it's going to clone. That is why when I got over here, it clones Bob's Burgers, and then when I get over here, it clones the rest of that. And I can do that. So the issue that I have, and you can literally move this up wherever you want. I don't like how it doesn't blend in well, and I'm not sure. Go down here to stroke controls, and since it's dark in here, it's hard for me to see this. I don't see anything in there that is going to be helpful. I'm thinking maybe it's an issue with the softness or whatever. And as long as I keep this in, I can clone this. Now, if I wanted to clone backwards, I've got that. So now when I clone back, I can clone over here. And then I can go back over here. And you can see it's picking up Bob's Burger. So I would have to start here. And then, or maybe start here. And then clone across here. Now why, if I put my X right there, why is it getting up here? So yeah, I sort of kind of have cloning figured out, but I've got some ways to go. There ought to be a way to, you can actually clone in yourself again, I noticed, and then you can go clone yourself again up here. Should be able to anyway. I know it can be done. I know we were discussing this the other night on the live stream and the after stream, so I wanted to look it up. I felt kind of silly because, as I pretty much thought, it was just something simple that, oh yeah, you got to hold the doggone Alt key down, or if you're on a Mac, I think it's Command, I believe. I'm not real familiar with Mac terms, but I'm pretty sure it's Command. So I'm going to experiment with this, and as you know, Control Z is my friend, so I just Control Z all that out. Going to go catch up with chat real quick. CMOS batteries cost about what, 39 cents? Yeah. Greg Gry, you apparently have Japanese language today, is watching Rocky for the 15,000th time. Boy, ain't that the truth. Greg wants to know where you buy your CMOS batteries at. He gets them a card of 5 or 10. Yeah. Trying to think last time I bought CMOS batteries. It's been a while. I don't have anything else really to cover right now. I will tell you I am not going to play golf, even though I've been kind of goaded in to try to play golf. There's just no way. I need a day of rest and recoup. I did not get any leg cramps, which is surprising, but I can barely move. My lower back is just, it's still tight. We used the salon posh trick last night, as well as the Advil, and it just didn't work. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe painting is so interesting to do, because you really have to take your time and get what you want done. And then I'm taking a little bit smaller chunks and trying to eliminate some of the, to me there's a distinct line right there, and that's what I'm trying to eliminate. So if I come over here and do this, and then do that, and then reset it to here, and then do that, and then I'm going to try to blend this back in a little bit better by setting it right there, and then painting that right there. Does that look similar to the original? I don't know. Let's bring the original down here, and then bring it up here. Yeah, it's pretty close. Not exactly 100%, but all I'm looking at is what I cloned right here as versus the original right there. And I have no idea how I would clone out the Bob's Burgers. I guess, oh, I got to go to the paint node and then click on that, and then very slowly bring this in here. But see, I don't want the water. I can put the water in here. I can go up here, grab the water, and then fill it in with that because I'm cloning what the X is on. And that's not what I want. And you clearly get the distinctive mark, or not mark, but you get the distinctive line there. Now, if I wanted to get rid of Bob's Burgers completely, what I think I would do is I would just go like this. Then I would come in here and reset my mark to right here. Then I would just go across here like that, and like that, and like that, and like that, and just replace everything with the blue part of the water. As long as I don't carry my source, which is that mark right there, as long as I don't carry it over into where the Bob's Burgers is at, then I am good to go. Now, if I were to come down here and copy this, well, I'll be damned, it didn't get it. That's interesting. So let's go down here. Let's just paint this out real quick. It does actually look like it's, oh, because somehow did that get up into the sky? It looks like it did. All right, so now I'm curious. I'm going to go ahead and while on the paint node, I'm going to go to the big box and I'm going to make the big box. Well, guess I'm not going to do that. I wanted to bring that big box size way up. I'm going to click right here. I'm going to set that as my point, and then I'm just going to drag from here all the way across, from here all the way across, from here all the way across. That just doesn't look like the daggone stupid ass ocean to me. Oh, because I somehow switched to the paint and nobody said anything. That's okay. That's okay. I'll figure this out. Look, I can come down here so far. I didn't realize I could actually go that far, but so there you go. That's how you get rid of Bob's Burgers. You're not really cloning anything, but as you can see, Bob's Burgers is now gone. No, Rick, I forgot to change. I need to click over here on the clone tool, which is right there. And then if I want, I'm going to set my point right up here. And then I'm going to actually bring the sky down and put this, I'm just going to get rid of the ocean itself. And it gets real fun. You got to watch your X. And I got to make sure that the X does not get into me. Because if it gets into me or the picture of me, then clearly we know what's going to happen. So, and I'll demonstrate that. If I were to go right through here, then we have that problem. Now, the other issue that I don't like is you see how this is all jagged? There has to be a way to, and I think you just click that and it's, well, apparently not. So, there's got to be a way to not have this jaggedness right here. Because apparently wherever you put it, it's just going to have that line. Probably has to do with fine tuning. Now, that's not too bad. It's a relatively straight line. Probably has to do with fine tuning your brush size, brush shape, and a lot more practice other than what I have. What I want to check out is what the opacity does. If I bring this down to 50% opacity, or 0.504, I'm going to set the point right here, and then I'm going to start right there. Not doing anything. If I bring the opacity back up, still not doing anything, probably because I already got it cloned. So I don't know how long this has been going on. About 16 minutes, it looks like. That's how you clone. This is the original. My feeble attempt to clone out Bob's Burgers. Actually, it's cloned out. And there's probably a couple different ways you could do this. You can probably do the same. You can probably do the same effect over here in the edit page, simply by copying this, going to the color tab, and doing that nonsense. So tomorrow, if there's a show, it will be on tracking, or I could actually do some tracking right now. So let me do this. I don't want to say that. And reopen Davinci Resolve. Stretch a little bit. We are 49 degrees. We have a flood watch until 12 o'clock Saturday morning. Between now and Saturday morning. So the storm that was down in Arkansas yesterday is going to be here sometime tonight and last all day tomorrow, and with the possibility of floods. So yay, boy, does that look fun. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring this one up because I've got it pretty much done already to a certain point. I know it works. And then what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and save the project as truck with logos and text, copy. That's fine, because I'm actually going to delete it when all this is done. And it changes it and it puts it up there. Therefore, you know it is good. So now I can go in there and I'm going to bring this down here. I don't need the audio. So I highlight it, backspace to get rid of it. And I'll go in here and hit the playhead over it. Refresh my memory a little bit. Okay. Memory's refreshed. Too bad our batteries don't refresh that quickly, especially our AirPods batteries. So you go in here and you got your media source. You can do this several different ways. It's easiest just to hit your source, type in tracker, and you want the planar tracker. Planar tracker seems to be the flavor of the year right now. Click add, and again, it puts it, excuse me, in the pipeline. Then what I want to do is I want to in the planar tracker, I want to set my, I clearly have more than 135. Oh, it's starting at 135. I want to set this at about halfway, which is not there. I'm going to set this at about right. There-ish. I'm going to hit set. I want it to track. I want it to be a point. Although I'm going to experiment with a hybrid point area. I'm going to leave it as perspective to see what happens. And then I'm going to mark my thing. And you guys have seen this already. It doesn't have to be a box. It can be literally what you want. And then I'm going to track it forward. And it didn't move. Why didn't it move? There we go. Seriously, one frame at a time? That's not the one frame. That's one frame. This is go to the end. And it failed. Why did it fail? I'm not going to take the time to read that. I'm going to go back to go to there, go to try to track it backwards. Maybe I don't have enough of the clip. I don't know. In order to do the other one, what you have to do is add another one in here. Same principle. Add another one. And then click on it. Set your points. And I'm going to see if by adding more points, I'm going to change it to translation. And I think I'm back where I want to be. And I'm going to track that to the end. Nope. Must begin at the beginning of the reference frame. Well, that's where I wanted them to start at the same time. No problem. Let's take this back. And then let's move our points over to where we want it. and it'll track now. So I'm guessing because this one's tracking and the other one did not, maybe I didn't have enough tracking points highlighted. I don't know. Oh, this is an interesting feeling. My foot's asleep and I can't move it because I'm in pain, and I want to go back to the beginning and track it backwards. And I can't do that because I'm at the beginning. So now, can I retract this? I bet I cannot. Let's go in here and make this like way bigger. Now we're a geometry class. And then let's see if I can go forward. Nope. So something's up with this one. Then once you get it tracked, you just go into your tracker, change it. And I showed this the other day to corner pin. You just put your pins on there where you want the object or the text or whatever it is you're wanting to put on there in there. And of course, this is not going to work. You go grab some media. This is media, I believe. And you just plug it into here. And as you can see, it actually did show up. But the question is it going to track right? Because the other night I couldn't get it to track right. So we'll play it. And it's not tracking right. So that's fine. Got some work to do on it. I got a good start on it. Now I know on the other one I've got it pretty much sticking where it's at, and I've got the text here and that there. I don't even need to save that because it's auto save. I want to thank everybody. I don't know what's going on for yet tonight. It may be 9 o'clock. I may just say, you know what, I'm going to stick to 10:30 no matter what, even though it's convenient for everybody. If I go at 9 o'clock a couple days a week, I still haven't decided on that. Hopefully you get notifications, or I'll send out a massive amount of emails. I want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Wintermute. Alt, an option on Mac. Control equals command. Okay. Yeah, I've always heard him say command, so I figured that's what it was. Brian was here. Thank you, Brian. Robert was here, I believe. Yep. I think that's it. Al Neo. Thank you, Al. Greg. Want to make sure I mention Greg. If I don't, never hear the end of it. Chris Garrett was here. Thank you, Chris. Good joke, by the way, on Wednesday being canceled, today being Friday. I will see you guys later. Thank you for being here. I hope this was helpful or entertaining. I go for two things with my streams: help someone and entertain. I'm not sure either one of those actually ever get accomplished. See you later. Have a great afternoon. Bye for now. I wonder if this is still recording. Is it recording or not?